Hello and welcome to Yoga with Maria. Hope you're all well on this Saturday morning. So just to check that you have a clear space as possible wherever you're working this morning. So just make sure you've got no immediate dangers or obstacles that might fall on you. We don't want that. And also if you have any injuries, be really mindful of those during your practice this morning. You can always contact me at the end of the session if you like, and we can discuss those in a little bit more detail, perhaps give you some alternatives for some moves. Just be really mindful of any aches or pains that you've got. Breathe into those, sit back, take your time. I would always suggest to pull back on something if you're not quite sure, rather than try to force a move that might kind of make that injury a little bit worse. So we don't want any of that either. But in the meantime, find yourself in a nice, comfortable, seated position and close your eyes. And if you don't want to have your legs folded or crossed, you can have them out in front of you, so don't feel that you need to sit cross-legged. But let's close our eyes and bring our focus onto our breath. So just notice if you're breathing through your nose or through your mouth. And what I'd like to encourage is switching from breathing through your mouth to breathing through your nose. So inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Let's lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Allow the shoulders to drop. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And we'll do a body scan this morning, so we'll just block through the body, and if you notice anything is particularly stiff or achy, just give it an extra bit of attention this morning. So let's take that focus and breath all the way down to the tips of our toes, the soles of our feet, heels, ankles. And trace that breath and awareness into your legs and knees, your thighs, your hips, your glutes, those bum muscles. Take that breath and awareness into your lower belly, round to the bottom of your back, into the middle of your belly, up into your chest. Take that breath and awareness round into the center of your back, up into the top of your back and your shoulders. And trace that breath and awareness down your arms, elbows, forearms, your wrists, hands, fingers, thumbs. Trace that awareness back up your arms into your throat, round to the back of your neck, and the back of your head. Take the breath and awareness into the forehead, your eyes, nose, mouth, cheeks, your lips, tongue, jaw, and trace the awareness and breath into the temples, into the top of your head and out. Keeping your eyes closed, let's inhale through the nose, take our arms up towards the ceiling, Bring the palms together and then exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up, bring the palms together, exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And one more time, inhaling, palms together, exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll begin our class on an Om mantra. So you can just listen or join in if you like. Inhaling through the nose. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Namaste. Enjoy your practice this morning. Let's bring a bit more focus into that breath. So let's bring one hand onto the chest and one hand onto our bellies, just kind of below the belly button. Allow the shoulders to drop. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. And I just want you to imagine that that breath is coming in through the nose, down the throat, past the chest, and into the lower belly. So it's kind of like a balloon. So as you inhale, I want you to see if you can feel your belly coming out, rising. And as you exhale, just see if you can feel the belly gently go inwards. The movements don't have to be big, but it's just trying to encourage that breath to drop so we can really kind of engage our diaphragms. Nice, powerful breathing muscle. You can close your eyes if you like, and I just want you to focus on that breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, allowing that belly to expand, fill with air. And as you exhale, allowing the belly to go inward. And if you want to place a little bit of pressure, just a tiny bit on the chest and the belly, keeping those shoulders down. And just see if you can make your breath a little bit lighter, more subtle, almost as if you can't hear it. Inhaling gently, slowly, in and out through the nose. Great, and you can release your hands, and just as you go through your practice this morning, just see if you can bring yourself back at any point to that subtle breathing. So allowing your breath to come in and out through your nose as much as possible through your practice. And if you start to hear your own breath, just see if you can bring that breath to a kind of quieter volume. But let's just take our shoulders up towards our ears, so you're really crunching them up, and then just letting them drop. And again, bringing them right up towards the ears and drop. And one more time. And drop. And then if you need to just change the legs over, you can. And let's just take ourselves over to one side, nice little side stretch. Try and keep your bum on the floor. So maybe you've just got your hand on the floor. If you can reach your elbow down, then you can. If you want to give that side a little rub, a little massage, a little pat, if that feels nice. Just breathing into that rib cage. And then just changing over to the other side. Again, maybe you want to just keep nice and still and just enjoy breathing into that side. Or maybe you want to give it a little rub or a little pat. Lovely. And this just brings some movement into the chest. So you're just going to inhale, bring the chest forward slightly, and then exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Just starting to warm up the top of the back, loosening up any tension from the shoulders. Again, allow that breath to flow in and out through the nose. Great, and then let's just bring that to a stillness. Let's take the arms out. So your shoulders are down, but the arms are nice and long, lengthening. And then let's just point the fingers to the floor and then to the ceiling. We're just starting to warm up the wrists. And again, see if you can follow the rhythm of the movement with your breath. This movement doesn't have to be fast, it can be nice and controlled. And let's take these arms out to the side. So again, nice lengthening in the arms. And let's just take some circles with the wrists. And then in the opposite direction. Keep those shoulders down. And then let's just keep the arms still, allowing them to lengthen and stretch out. Let's bring them up to palms to meet. And then exhale, let's bring the arms down towards the floor. And again, up towards the ceiling. And down towards the floor. Up towards the ceiling. And down towards the floor. And one more time. Great. And again, let's just get some movement in the shoulders. So inhaling, bringing the shoulders up, and then exhale, allowing them to roll back. Seeing if you can make the movement of the shoulders really big. So you're sort of really getting into those potential knots that you might have. And then bringing that movement forward. Great, and then let's bring that to a stillness. Let's take ourselves on our back. We're going to get into our legs a little bit. So just lying flat with your legs nice and long, your palms facing down so you can use them as a support if you need to. And we're just going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. We're going to open the hip out to the side and then lengthen. We'll just do a few of those for yourself. So you're just bringing the knee into the chest, opening out to the side and then lengthening. So this is an opportunity to really start to wake up your glute muscles, your bum muscles. A very powerful muscle. So you can start to kind of squeeze the bum cheek of the left leg. And then let's go on the left leg. So then you're lengthening the right leg, squeezing that bum cheek of the right leg, bringing the left knee into the chest, opening it out to the side, and then lengthen it. And again, just taking a few of these open rotations with the hips and the legs. Inhale, bringing it into the chest, opening it out to the side, and then lengthening. And then if you want, you can keep doing single legs, or you can try both. So bringing both knees into the chest, opening out to the side, using the palms of the hands to help support the lower back, lengthening those legs, just kind of as if you're swimming in the sea. Keeping that breath flowing in and out through the nose. So you're sort of now starting to warm up a bit of the core muscles. And then from here, you can just freestyle a bit of leg movement. So maybe you want to change the direction. perhaps you want to do a few bicycles or throw the legs up. So just kind of have a bit of an exploration of your legs. So maybe you just want to kick them out to the side, or just raise one leg and then the other, just whatever you like really. Just warming up those legs, getting a bit of free movement into them. Making sure you're breathing in and out through the nose. And then from here, just going to do a few little rock and rolls up and down the spine. So you're just going to rock those legs back. Just kind of rock up and down that spine nice and gently. So be careful not to jar your back. It's just nice and relaxing. And if you want to try and bring yourself into a squat position, you can have a little play around with that. Maybe you need to use your hands, maybe you can do it without. Just seeing if you can bring yourself onto your feet. And just a few more of those. And then whatever you're doing, bringing yourself around into a tabletop. So your hands below your shoulders, just looking at your knees, making sure they're hip width distance apart. Spread those fingers into the floor, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhaling, taking your gaze up slightly, and then exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, taking it up, and then exhale, bringing the chin in towards the chest. And again, you can start to free that movement up a little bit. And maybe you want to sit back on your heels or swim through your elbows. Bring that weight forward. Have a general shimmy and a shake. Just Saturday disco cat. And then just bringing that movement to a stillness. Let's extend the right arm and then lengthen the left leg in an opposition balance. So don't worry about trying to get this movement high. We're trying to lengthen it to a nice one long line. Keeping the neck nice and long. Just bringing that belly in towards the spine so you engage in those core muscles. And release. And then taking it on the other side, lengthening the right leg and the left arm. As if someone's pulling your toe and your fingertips. Bringing the belly in towards the spine. And then releasing, tucking the toes and allowing yourself to hang nice and heavy in a ragdoll. So your knees nice and bent, your head heavy. So just give the head a little nod, give her a little shake. You want to do some twists from side to side, you can. Maybe you want to clasp your elbows or reach round and hug your shoulder blades. Whatever feels good this morning. And just give that head another little nod. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the neck. And then in your own time, just slowly bring yourself up through your spine. So you bend the knees and you're allowing the head to be the last thing to come on top. Right. And then from here, just work your way to the front of your mat. So just paddling through those feet, through the toes, give the feet a nice little massage. Using the floor as your support. Maybe take yourself on your tiptoes or lean back on your heels. sides of your feet. Allow yourself to go off balance. Just have a little bit of fun with that. It's nice sometimes just to go off balance for a moment. And then when you're ready, just bringing yourself to the front of your mat, or just make sure you've got enough space behind you. Bring the toes together and then the heels slightly apart. Let's bring ourselves into our nice grounded mountain pose. You can always come back to this pose whenever you need to, or if you need to take a little breather or a little rest. So engage in the ankles, spreading those feet, spreading the toes, little micro bend in the knees if you need to. Engage these glutes, the thighs. Tummy in towards the spine, chest open, shoulders back. Arms nice and wide. You can smile. Your nice grounded mountain pose. And we'll go into our sun salutations. So we're going to inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor, spread the fingers. And then step back into your plank, your chaturanga. Bring the hips down, take the weight forward, squeeze those glutes. You're really firing up the bum muscles, powerful, powerful muscle. And if you need to, from here, bring the knees down. Keep the elbows tucked in towards the body. Don't let them flay out. Take the chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Take a few breaths here in your up dog. Maybe your hips are on the floor with your legs, or perhaps you're pressing the top of the feet into the floor and lifting those hips off. Either one is fine. Breathing in and out through the nose. Exhale into a downward dog. So just checking your hands, making sure that they are shoulder width apart, that you're spreading those fingers, using as much support from the floor as you can. Pressing the knuckles into the floor. Looking at your feet, making sure they're hip width distance, so they're not too wide, not too narrow. And you're aiming to press those heels back towards the floor. And you're breathing in and out through the nose. Taking the gaze towards the belly button. Squeeze the glutes. Bringing the belly in towards the spine. Really nice, well done. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step your feet towards your hands as far as they can go. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, release. Shoulders back, chest open, toes touching, heels slightly apart. The mountain pose. Let's go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Plant the hands. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank, your chaturanga. Weight slightly forward over those wrists. Squeeze the glutes. Knees down if you need to. Chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, don't be afraid to move your feet. Have a little kind of experiment. See where they feel best. Maybe you need to take a few steps forward, or perhaps you want to take a few steps back. Spreading those fingers, spreading the toes. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands, step or do a little jump towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release. Let's go straight in for another one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Plant the hands where you want them. Spread those fingers. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank, chaturanga. Weight slightly forward, engage the glutes. Chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale for your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, reposition your feet where you need them to be. Ideally, hip width distance apart. Spreading his fingers. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. See if you can make that breath a little more quiet, a little more subtle, even just for a moment. Really nice. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands, step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release. And let's get your breath back. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. Shoulders back. Squeeze those glutes. Tummy in towards the spine. We're going to do Sun Salutation Sequence B with a few warrior poses. So this time we're going to inhale. Exhale, bend. Keep those knees together, squeeze the glutes. Extend the arms for a chair pose. Really nice, lengthening those arms. And then release, nose to knee. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump back into your plank. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step through with the right foot. So you're bringing yourself into warrior one. So your right knee is a nice 90-degree bend. The hips are bringing them round, pivoting round towards the right leg, the right knee. Check the back foot that it's pressing into the mat, it's not peeling up. Lengthen the arms, bring the shoulders down. And then from here, open out into warrior two. So this time we're bringing the hips lengthways to the mat, keeping this knee nice 90-degree bend. Lengthening the arms, taking the gaze towards the right fingertips. Really nice. Let's from here reverse the warrior. So just flipping the hand. So you take the gaze towards the right forearm. And the left hand is on the back of the leg or coming around the body for a small bind. Squeeze those glutes, breathing in and out through the nose. And then cartwheeling the arms around and down back onto the mat, stepping back into your plank. Weight slightly forward, squeeze the glutes. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step through, same thing with the left leg this time. Nice 90-degree bend with the left leg, bringing these hips around. Pressing that back foot into the mat so it's not peeling up. Lengthening the arms, shoulders down. Nice. Opening out into your warrior two. Again, make sure this knee keeps nice 90-degree bend. Squeeze those glutes, lengthen the arms. Gaze towards the left fingertips. Really nice. And from here, let's reverse the warrior. Take the gaze towards the left forearm and have the right hand either supported on your leg or bringing itself around into a little bind. And then cartwheeling the arms around and down back onto the floor into your plank. The weight slightly forward, engage the glutes. Knees down if you need to. Keep the elbows tucked. Chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, down dog. Again, move your feet as you need to, hip width distance apart. Spreading the toes, spreading the fingers, engaging the glutes. Gaze towards the belly button. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands, step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, chair pose. Shoulders down, lengthen the arms, squeeze the glutes. And then coming all the way up and release. Really nice. Well done. Let's go into a forward fold. So this time we're going to bring our feet hip width distance apart. We're going to take our finger, first finger and middle finger, and we're going to hook them around the big toe. So I'll just show you from the front. We're going to take a nice deep bend in the knees. Ideally, you want your wrists not to try to meet, but open and round. This nice roundedness in the wrists with your belly and your chest. Make sure that it stays in contact with your thighs. Give that head a little nod so you know you're not creating any tension in the neck. Rounding those wrists and elbows, keeping contact with the thighs. From here, with each out breath, you're just going to see if you can lengthen the legs. Not to worry if you can't get them straight, that's not a problem. We're just allowing gravity to assist us. Squeeze those glutes. Give the head another little nod. If you feel your chest and belly coming away from your legs, bend the knees again. Let's release the fingers from the toes and then take the palms of the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Same thing, nice deep bend to start with, and then with each out breath, just see if you can lengthen. Releasing the hands, bringing the hands on the hips. And then just slowly bringing yourself up again through the spine, allowing the head to be the last thing. Really good. And we'll try a nice little tree balance this morning. So just bringing yourself into your mountain pose. It's always a good place to start. So your toes touching, your heels slightly apart. I'll go with you, so I'll mirror you. Let's do the right leg to start with. So you can bring your foot wherever you like, except on your kneecap. Yes, I don't press it into your knee at all. If balance isn't really your friend this morning, which sometimes it might not be, you can keep that toe on the floor. Otherwise, bring it onto the just above the ankle, or you can bring it up onto the thigh, get it nice and high if you can. Hands on the hips to start with. Just make sure those hips are nice and square. They're not kind of veering off. Palms in towards the heart center. And breathing in and out through the nose. Really squeeze the glute of the right leg. Taking the belly in towards the spine. And from here you can take the arms up and open. Just be mindful if you feel your shoulders have crept up a little bit. Just see if you can allow them to drop. Lengthen those arms so you're really working those arms. And if you go off balance, just go back to your mountain pose and start again. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more this morning or enjoy swaying, you can take your gaze to the ceiling or close your eyes for a moment. Really good. Inhaling, and then exhale, release. And let's go on the other side. Again, spreading the toes of that right leg. And then let's bring the left leg up this time. And again, maybe this side you're better at balancing. Maybe you're not so good at balancing on this side, so don't worry if it feels a little bit different and you have to bring your foot down a bit lower. Again, let's just make sure the hips are nice and square. Squeeze the glutes of that right leg and the left, but that supporting leg is really lengthening in there. Bring the palms together towards the heart center. And then breathing in and out through the nose. And then from here you can take the arms up and open. Allowing the shoulders to drop, lengthening in the spine and the neck. Really spreading the fingers. And you can just stay here, or if you want to, again, enjoy a little bit of a sway, or you can take your gaze to the ceiling or close your eyes for a moment. Great, inhaling and exhale, release. Let's take a nice Trikonasana pose this morning. So bring yourself, I'll mirror you again. So let's take the right foot pointing at 12 o'clock and the left toes kind of pigeoning in towards that right foot. It's like a warrior two, but with our legs straight. So with your stance, you want it to be fairly wide, but as we go into the pose, maybe you need to come out and change the depth of that. Hips nice and square along the lengthways of your mat. Let's take those arms nice and long, gaze towards the right fingertips. Just check your bum isn't sticking out behind you, it's tucked underneath. Gaze towards the right fingertips, and let's reach towards that right side as if someone's pulling your fingers. And then extend. So we're taking the gaze towards the left fingertips. Just check that the arm's not falling behind or forward, but it's nice and stacked on top. Take a look at your right fingertips and just trace that line up through your arms, through the chest, making sure that that left hand is on top. Lifting up and out that rib cage, breathing in and out through the nose. Inhaling, coming up, and then exhale. Let's just flip the toes round. So this time the left toes are pointing at 12, the right ones are coming in slightly. Hips again, lengthways to the mat. Tuck that bum underneath your torso. Arms nice and long, gaze towards the left fingertips. And then reach and reach and reach and reach towards that left side. And then extend and open. Gaze towards the right fingertips. And again, let's just trace that line through from the left fingertips all the way through the arm, the chest. I'm just seeing if the arm isn't falling behind, but on top, nice and lengthened. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Really good. Coming all the way up. Well, let's take a little twist on this one. This time I'll do it with you. So we're going to come into a kneeling position. We're going to bring our right leg up and our left knee is going to be on the floor. If your knee feels a bit doesn't feel great being on the floor, just put a cushion underneath or a little towel or a jumper or something. So let's set ourselves up. Let's just make sure that the left foot is nice and straight. The ankle isn't twisting inwards. So you're trying to look that nice long line. Hands on the hips as to start with. Again, just make sure that bum isn't sticking out, but it's nice and tucked underneath. We're going to bring the left elbow over that right leg. We're going to bring the palms together, bring them in towards the chest. Gaze towards the ceiling. Now you can stay here in this rather dynamic twist if you want. You can tuck the toes of the left foot and lengthen into a low lunge if you want. Otherwise, just stay in your twist. Really nice. In whichever position you're in, fire up in that right thigh, and let's cartwheel the arms up and over to the other side. So again, let's just set ourselves up. This time we've got our left leg up and our right leg knelt down. Just check that that right leg is again nice and straight in the ankles, not twisting around. So just check that the top of the foot is pressing into the floor. Hands on your hips again, just to check the bum is sitting underneath the torso. Right elbow coming over to that left leg. Really tucking it as far over as you can. Palms together, bring them in towards the heart center. Gaze towards the ceiling. Enjoying that twist, or if you want to lengthen that leg, you can into a low lunge. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Really nice. And then whichever position you're in, let's fire up in that left leg. And then cartwheel the arms up and round. And this time we're going to go back down. So again, it might have been fine that time, but maybe this time you need a little cushion under your knee, and that's fine. I'm going to do it with you. So we're bringing the right leg again up, so the knee is a nice 90-degree bend. And this time the left leg's going to kind of go as far away from us as possible. We're going to bring our hands on the inside of the right foot. So then your right arm is kind of in parallel with the right leg. And you're going to bring that knee in towards that right arm to start with. So the palms are flat on the floor as a support. Lengthening that left leg behind you into kind of a deep lunge. You're using these hands as a support. You're breathing into that left hip. And then from here, if you want, you can bring, if you can, don't worry if you can't, keep on the palms of the hands. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can bring yourself onto your elbow. And if you want, from here, you can allow that right leg to open. So you're allowing a bit of space in that right hip. If you're on your elbows, bring yourself back onto your legs, and and then sit back. So you've got two choices. You can either keep it high up, so you're keeping your bum off the floor, you're lengthening that right leg, taking the toes towards the ceiling, so you're stretching out the back of the leg on the right one. If you want, you can sit back on the heel. It just creates a slightly different stretch, so it's kind of whichever one works best for you this morning. So either sitting up or pressing back. And don't worry if you're nowhere near that leg, just enjoy that stretch in that leg, even if, it's not about how close your head can get to your leg, so don't worry about that. Fabulous. And then from here, let's just change over for the other side. So again, maybe you do need to bring a cushion on the knee for this one, so make sure you do that. Don't let that knee suffer. So this time it's the left foot that's coming up. Nice 90-degree kind of bend. And you're stretching out that right leg far back as it can go. You're bringing both palms on the inside of the left foot. And from here, you can stay here and just enjoy sinking into this right hip. You can allow that left hip to open as well, outwards. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can bring yourself down onto your elbows or stay on your hands. So, and just breathing into those hips. If you're on your elbows, bringing yourself back up to your hands, and then from here, making your choice of either just sort of sitting back into that, so you can stretch out the left leg, take the toes towards the ceiling to increase that stretch. So try to avoid bouncing in this position. You're just using gravity to assist you, so you're breathing into that stretch as opposed to forcing it. Or if you want, if it's better, you can sit back on the heel and stretch it out that way. Either way, you're keeping this left leg engaged, so you're keeping those toes pointed towards the ceiling so you get that real stretch in the back of the leg. Great. Bringing yourself forward, let's just take ourselves into a little plank just for a moment. So I'm going to bring one palm in front of the other, so they kind of cup, my hands are cupped, and then the elbows opening out into a triangle, and then bringing yourself onto your toes, slow plank. Bringing the hips down, you're squeezing those glutes, your bum muscles, bringing the belly in towards the spine, lengthening the neck. I mean, you can stay here, or if you want, you can bring the right leg up for a moment. And then release, and then take the left leg up. Or just stay in your plank. And release. Then just bringing yourself down onto your belly. And we're just going to take our forehead to the floor. Lengthen the arms out in front. And then just spread the legs a little bit. Just give the hips a little shake from side to side. And then keeping the forehead on the floor. From here, you're just going to raise the forehead and the hands off the floor. You're lengthening, you're keeping the feet down, but you're lengthening the arms, lengthening the neck. Squeezing those glutes together. Breathing. And release. Just give the hips a little shake from side to side. And then keeping if you want to bring your head on your forehead on your hands, you can. And from here, we're just going to lift the legs. So keeping the hips down, we're just going to raise those legs. Squeeze those glutes. Lengthen, 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 and release. Again, give the hips a little shake from side to side. Lengthen out the arms again. And from here, we're going to take all four limbs and the forehead up, off the floor. Lengthen the arms, but keep the shoulders down. Spreading the fingers, imagine you're skydiving. Breathing in and out through the nose. Squeeze the glutes and release. Give the hips a little shake. Now you can either do that pose again by taking the arms out and the forehead up, or if you want to do bow pose, you can. So you're bringing your hand on the inside of your foot and clasping the top of that foot or the ankle, and the same on the other side. And then from here, you're just lifting those knees up, pressing the backs of the toes, the backs of the feet into the hands, opening and lifting the chest. Really nice. And don't worry about how far your legs are coming up. Just enjoy that stretch in the chest. And then release. Bringing your hands, tucking yourself back into child or prayer pose. Just sitting back on your heels, either lengthening the arms out in front, or you can bring them back on the side of your body. And then from here, bring yourself onto your knees, hip width distance apart, pressing the backs of the toes, backs of the feet rather, into the floor, hands on the hips. We're going to do camel. So you've got a few choices. So we're really squeezing the glutes to take the pressure off the lower back. So from here, you can just take a mini back bend. You're squeezing these glutes, you're just opening the chest. So it's nice and gentle. You're not kind of forcing anything, but just enjoying that openness of the chest. If you want to go into full camel, you can take one hand behind you on the one heel, followed by the other, opening that chest, allowing the head to relax. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And if you are in full camel, just being careful to come out one hand first, followed by the other. And then in whichever position you've been in, just again sitting back into that child pose or prayer pose. So the arms are in front or down the side of your body. Great. Bringing yourself up. Let's just do another little side stretch. So I'll mirror you this time. So bring that right foot and tuck it right in. Actually, it doesn't have to be really far into your body. If you prefer to have it further out, that might work better for you. We're lengthening the left leg. We're going to take the left hand on the right ankle and then open out to the side. So ideally, you're looking to have the chest almost as if it's trying to open towards the ceiling. If you can grasp your toe, then great. If not, don't worry. Just allow gravity to assist you. So you're breathing into that side stretch. Allowing the arm to be nice and open. And breathing into that rib cage. Fabulous. And let's just take that onto the other side. So bringing the left foot in, taking the right hand on that left ankle, lengthening the right leg, and then reaching over. And again, don't worry if your body's nowhere near that leg. Just enjoy opening that chest towards the ceiling. And breathing in and out through the nose. Great. Coming up. And let's just bring the feet together. And you can have the feet as far away or as close as you like to your body. Again, the stretch will vary depending on where your feet are. And from here, just going to allow the knees to naturally fall wherever they are. So if that's only to here, then that's fine. We're not trying to force or bounce them. We're just letting them open. And from here, you're just going to allow your weight to come forward. Allow the head to hang heavy around the spine. And you're just going to breathe into that stretch. And so you're just allowing your body and gravity to do all of the work. And you're just going to breathe into any of those tight spots. And imagining with each out breath that your knees are getting close to the floor. Bringing yourself up. And let's just take, I'll do it with you. I'm really bad at trying to do this twist. So let's take ourselves in a cross-legged position. So we're going to bring the right foot in front of the left. We're going to take the right hand behind us and the left hand up and over. So I'll just do it on the other side in case you're getting confused. It's quite a hard one to mirror a twist. But you're twisting around to the right hand side. Your inhale, lengthening the spine, and your exhale, just doing a gentle twist with the body. So again, don't worry about getting the head round. Try and keep the head in line with the chest. Great, and then releasing that. Let's just take it on the other side. So this time you're bringing your left leg in front of the right. You're taking your left hand behind you and taking the right hand up and over. So your inhale, lengthening, exhale, twisting. And this time you're twisting to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, just a gentle twist. Great. And then releasing that, bringing yourself down onto your back. Let's take the feet to the floor, palms to the floor. And we'll just do one hip raise into a little mini bridge. So just allow the hips to come up, squeeze the glutes, press the feet into the floor. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. Take the belly towards the spine. You're really powering up the glutes and the core muscles of your belly. And then slowly bring your spine down vertebra by vertebra. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Grab your elbows and give everything a squeeze. Squeeze everything so you're tight like a tiny little ball. Squeeze, 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 and then release. And we're just going to release into our final pose of Shavasana, or corpse pose. Now is your opportunity just to fully relax and allow the floor to do all of the work. So let your whole body melt into the floor. Just letting go of everything. Allowing the head to be heavy and the shoulders to sink into the floor. And letting go of the belly and the glutes. And just staying here for a few moments. I have a few words of wisdom this morning from Seneca on tranquility of mind. The mind must be given relaxation. It will rise improved and sharper after a good break. Just as rich fields must not be forced, or they will quickly lose their fertility if never given a break. So constant work on the anvil will fracture the force of the mind. But it regains its power if it is set free and relaxed for a while. And when you're ready, just start to bring some awareness back into your body. Giving the fingers and the toes a little wriggle. And then just taking the hands above your head, give yourself a really big stretch. And then keeping your eyes closed, just allow yourself to go over to one side into a little fetal position. And then slowly, taking your time, bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. keeping your eyes closed. Let's together inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhale the arms up, palms together. Exhale gently through the nose, bring the palms to our heart center. And one more time. Inhaling, palms together. Exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll close our class on 3 Oms, followed by Shanti. And again, you can join in or just listen to the mantra. Inhaling through the nose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to our thoughts, peace to our hearts, and peace to the earth. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you. Namaste. Well done for your practice this morning. Great work. If you are able to donate for the session, you can do that via the website, which is www.yogawithmariagray.com. It's really easy. You just have to click on the donate button. It takes you to a secure PayPal page. So yeah, I really appreciate the donations. They're kind of keeping the classes going. So thank you. We do have more yoga next week. So if you haven't joined the mailing list, you can do that and get updates to the class timetable and reminders if you RSVP to any of the classes. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much. Namaste.